Oh, YouTube says my streaming bitrate is too low, even though traditionally it was 2,500 kilobits. Okay, so they seem to have changed that. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? I knew you would be the first one. But YouTube, traditionally YouTube, they used to just, if you streamed above 2,500 kilobits, it wasn't worth it on YouTube. But it seems that YouTube have increased the limit, the recommended stream rate up to 6,800. I think that's the same as Twitch. Are you talking about me? I thought my ears were burning. I just thought I'd do a stream on this Middle East Houthi business because I it's feels kind of like Iraq. You know, when we went into Iraq the first time, the first Gulf War, kind of feels like that. The only trouble is I can't see the chat feed when I'm looking at articles. Well, I was. Well, I've been away for quite a while, but if you look on my channel, I've recently started doing news videos. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do a news video just about current events and really just because I'm trying to find out what's going on. But I know that there's quite a lot of interest in the news recently in the prepper community as a whole. So I'm trying to kind of fill a gap because there's obviously like a couple of main people out there that do news videos, and you know, like Canadian Prepper. I mean, he does one just about every day. Full Spectrum Survival, he does one just about every day. But in between, and especially when they're doing other things, there just seems to be a gap. Unless I just haven't seen whoever's doing videos. I'm sure that there's somebody else out there. But yeah, so I've just been doing some news videos. Hopefully that attracts people to my channel. And then I've been using a lot of new tools to help me with my channel, and I'm finding them quite helpful. Rishi Sunak under pressure to show legal advice for Houthi airstrikes. I mean, when have they ever had to justify it? Plus, you know, you can make anything legal if you really want to. You can make anything legal. They don't really need to explain themselves. Of course, they always ask to justify it after. It's always after the event. They never have to give the justification beforehand. The government does not require parliamentary approval before instigating military action. I mean, they say that, but I mean, it'd be nice if they actually asked. With the PM able to act on behalf of the Crown. So did Charlie Boy? Did Charlie Boy give the green light? He must have consulted with Charlie. Possibly. No, probably not. See what else is going on. Yemen flashpoint could explode in a global conflict. Well, nice observation there, Sherlock. China may send in its navy after US-British strikes. I don't think they'll send them to the Middle East. I mean, they might take the opportunity to have a look at Taiwan. I hate these articles on the right, on the Daily Mail. It's just all absolute nonsense. Does the stream actually look okay? Because I might, if it looks alright, I won't restart it and put the bitrate up a bit. If I was playing like a game, it would matter, I think. But it should still look okay. Let's have a look. Oh. Tehran's obviously going to wade in on the strengths. Explosions hit the city of Sana'a. Probably butchering that. Hodeidah, Sayada, and Dharma. Early Friday. And you know what? You always see it in the news, like Daily Mail and all of them. They're always like, oh, it's expected to be announced that they're going to do airstrikes. Well, how the frack do you know? Why are they... Do they not just keep things secret in the military anymore? $6 billion. What was that for? Was that part of the nuclear agreement? Arbitrary attacks will have no result other than fueling insecurity and instability in the region. Well, I mean, yeah. Again, like, why are these people stating the obvious? I mean, when it was announced that they were going to do strikes, it felt to me just like first Gulf War. Like the build-up and the expectation with this conflict in the Middle East, it was just like, I mean, I remember when they launched attacks on Iraq in Desert Storm, like I was at school, and I mean, at the time we thought it was going to be World War III, because I mean, like, we were at school and we had like radios, Walkmans, and we were listening to the radio. And I remember it because it was during a PE lesson, physical education lesson. And I think we just finished it or just started it. And it was on the radio. Oh, they've started attacking Iraq. So, it's one of those things where you know where you were when it happened. Let's have a look here. Yemen's response. They're the ones getting attacked. See what they say. Washington and London should be prepared to pay a high price, says Deputy Foreign Minister. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to see an increase in terrorist attacks across the EU and the US. I was actually, let me just find it. Let me just so the current national threat level in England and Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland is substantial. Current Northern Ireland related terrorism in Northern Ireland threat level. So they've got two threat levels, like so we're in the middle here, substantial. I think they're gonna at least, even just because of these attacks that they're conducting, I think they're at least gonna stick it up to severe. Thing I'm wondering is, will they do this before attack happens, like because of the airstrikes, or are they just gonna wait until a terror attack, like some nutter with a knife goes on a rampage in London or somewhere else? Because then they'll stick it up to critical. Can't remember the last time it was at critical. I think it was at least 4 or 5 years ago. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, here we go. Severe. 15th of November 2021. Huh. I mean, that was during COVID. Okay. So we're in the middle, but I think we're at least going to go to severe. Just purely from having initiated the attacks. Right, let's have a look, see what the Yemenis are saying. Yemen's response to the American aggression was not delayed, and Yemeni forces are responding to American and British warships in the Red Sea. So I think I did see somewhere that they've already like retaliated against the ships. Not sure if they'll put Not sure if the US and UK will actually give details if they have been attacked. All American British interests are legitimate targets, Houthis say, in wake of US UK airstrikes. Well, yeah, I mean, of course you're going to say that. I'll have to see what they do, to be honest. Tehran, I think we looked at that. Rishi Sunak. MPs should not be bypassed. I mean, the MPs are supposed to be representatives of the people, and I don't remember being asked if I wasn't asked if they were going to do this. Isn't he dead, George Soros? Didn't he die a little while ago? Let's see what. UK will pay a heavy price for blatant aggression. The battle will be bigger and beyond the imagination and expectation of the Americans and the British. I mean, even though this is probably just rhetoric, they really should bump up the tariff threat level, and I'm sure they will. I mean, it would be a pretty sensible response, to be honest, just to bump up the threat level. Attack on the police in London the other week. Eritreans were kicking off with the upward. Yeah, I mean, they're bringing all these people from goodness knows where. They're bringing all these people from goodness knows where. And then groups which have fought each other in their own areas, you know. They come here and then they're just fighting with each other here. And then we're caught in the middle. I don't remember being asked if that was okay. Just a lot of things happen and we're not consulted. Let's have a look here. UK jets launched strikes on 2 Houthi targets in Yemen. I think it was probably a bit more. Oh yeah, US targeted a further 12. So you're talking 14. I mean, that's the ones that they just broadcast. I'm sure they would have attacked more, to be honest. No further airstrikes are currently planned. Because there's HMS Diamond. I covered that in a recent video. And I think there was another one. No, I think Diamond. The Diamond's the one in the Red Sea. And then there was the HMS Trent, I think, was over by Venezuela. Let's have a look. World reactions. See what people are saying. I mean, they're not put off by the attacks. Like, at least when they're talking to the media, they've wanted to continue to target the ships heading towards Israel. I mean, they don't really. These guys just don't give a frack. You know, they're just going to keep doing it. They don't care. Oh, okay. So Iran saying these attacks are a clear violation of Yemen's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Everybody always says that. Sovereignty and territorial integrity. They don't have any sovereignty. There's no country in the world that has any sovereignty. If you look up the word sovereignty and you look up the system that we're in, the two just aren't compatible. Let's see what Saudi Arabia is saying. Call for restraint and avoid an escalation. The importance of maintaining the security and stability of the Red Sea region. Yeah, but I mean, these strikes, you take a gamble when you're doing these kind of strikes, because it might escalate things. Jordan. The Israeli aggression on Gaza and its continued committing of war crimes against the Palestinian people and violating international law with impunity are responsible for the rise in tensions witnessed in the region. I mean, he's not wrong. NATO. These strikes were defensive. Yeah. Right. We'll see. Like, if they stop at just Yemen and don't start shooting at Iran, then I'll believe it. Hezbollah. This ally of Iran and the Houthis said the US aggression confirms that Washington is in full partnership with Israel. Well, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that anyways. That's nothing new. Russia. The US airstrikes on Yemen are another example of the Anglo-Saxons' perversion of UN Security Council resolutions. I think that's quite funny. Like, the Russians call us Anglo-Saxons. Oh, boy. Hey, CR. Good to see you, man. We're just talking about this Yemen situation. France reaffirmed its condemnation of Houthi attacks, Houthi strikes on commercial vessels. With those armed actions, the Houthis bear the extremely serious responsibility of the escalation in the region. I mean, they were just reacting to Israel's aggression, so I don't think that's completely right. But I mean, they're entitled to their own opinion, even if it is scripted. The strikes were meant to prevent further attacks. I mean, how much of the Houthi ability to conduct further strikes has been damaged? In the grand scheme of things, they're obviously they're obviously not deterred by the attacks. So they shoot at another ship, and then US, UK are going to bomb them again. They're going to shoot at a ship, or, shoot at one of the warships that's shooting at them, possibly damage it, maybe sink it. And then, I mean, it's all just going to escalate. A man demand, easy for me to say. A man denounced the military action from friendly countries, state media reported. Foreign Minister Badr al-Busadi said the attack went against his country's advice and will only add fuel to an extremely dangerous situation. So they were obviously talking with all these other countries. And these guys said, nah, shouldn't do it. But obviously, I mean, as if the US and the UK are going to listen to what somebody says if it's contrary to what the action that they want to take. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just talking to a brick wall. There's no way that they're gonna a man says, "Oh, don't do anything." You really think that they're gonna not do anything just because they say so? Nah. Yeah, definitely cannon fodder. It's minus 37. Whoa. So you finally got some cold weather up there. – 4 degrees is not heat. I mean, it's not cold. Yeah, it's not too much warmer here, to be honest. Will US UK strikes against the Houthis halt their Red Sea aggression? Nah, I don't think so. The strikes in Yemen are unlikely to immediately halt Houthi aggression in the Red Sea. Yeah, like I just said, I don't think it will. I think their capability to conduct the strikes in reality probably hasn't been affected at all. Unless the targets that they hit were like bang on, like critical. But I mean, they wouldn't put all their eggs in one basket anyways, or 12 baskets, or 14 baskets. They wouldn't put all their eggs, all their assets in just 14 places. And I'm pretty sure that they must have tunnels and subterranean, areas that they can hide things. I would imagine. I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously, but they must have some sort of military infrastructure that's below ground where they're keeping some of this stuff. Yeah, see, this one of these commentators is saying that inaction would only encourage further attacks. Houthi attacks will continue, but these strikes could deplete Houthi capabilities to extend or intensify their military actions. I mean, depends on how much stock they've got. The Houthis view themselves as having little to lose. Yeah, they really don't care. They don't have much to lose. I mean, when you're fighting someone who doesn't have much to lose, they're not going to give up just because you've given them a bit of a bloody nose, you know what I mean? They're just going to keep going, I'm pretty sure. But with the threats that they've been broadcasting, they're probably going to do it in like a terrorist way. Could be like sleeper cells in US and Britain and other countries that supported the action, you know. Oh, PV's busy, but he says hi. Ah, it's all right. I mean, I wasn't expecting many people to join the live stream, to be honest. I just thought I'd see who turned up, to be honest. Wool, yeah. I tell you what I got merino wool base layers. Man, they are so good. Sunak giving Ukraine billions again. Yeah, I think let's have a look here. I'm pretty sure. There was. Oh, here we go. I did see this briefly earlier, yeah. So he's going to visit Kyiv to announce 3.2 billion in military aid. So they can give billions and billions and billions to Ukraine. They can fire hundreds of millions worth of ammunition at Yemen, and yet they can't house all the homeless in Britain. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, he's already in Kyiv. So he's flew there today. So he's probably there now. He's going to meet Zelensky. Signed a landmark security pact as well. Wonder what that means. So more planes and ammunition, probably. Ah, here we go. Commits Britain to provide swift and sustained defense assistance should Russia ever attack Ukraine again in the future. Okay. The boosted 2024 to 2025 military funding package, up from 2.95 billion in 2022-2023. Okay, so they gave them 2.95 billion for 22-23, and for 2024 24-25, they've given 3.2 billion. So they just keep on giving them more and more. Jesus. The UK is already one of Ukraine's closest partners because we recognise their security as our security. Britain doesn't give a crap about security. That's a joke. We're an island. We can't even secure our own border. On an island. It's like ridiculous. The most defensible, probably, type of landmass that you can have. You know, surrounded by water. And we can't even defend that. Like, what is he talking about? And then Biden, so Biden, he recently announced an aid package as well. I can't remember how much that was for. I think I covered it in one of my recent news videos. But so there's a 105 billion supplemental national security package, which includes military funding for Ukraine and Israel. It's been stalled in Congress, but I'm pretty. Let's have a look here. I think the 105 billion is stalled in Congress, but they sent Ukraine like 200 billion or something. It's like 235 billion, something like that. That was the last package that got approved. And this new one that's getting stalled is because there's a lot of some Republicans more concerned about the border crisis that they're facing down the south with all the illegals coming in. At least I think that's what this is. Yeah, I mean, I can check on that bit. Yeah, so Sunak's already in Kyiv. Let's have a look here. You get to spend record amount of military funding for Ukraine. Yeah, it's basically just saying the same thing, but stupid. So Sunak's facing criticism with his statement he put out. This is all just further escalation. It's, instead of taking more sensible action, which would actually reduce tensions, they go ahead and just escalate it. Iran-backed raids. See, I asked this question in one of my videos recently. Are they actually backed by Iran? I mean, sure, they've probably got something from them at some point, but like how much support is Iran actually giving these people? So did you just recently get your wool stuff, or have you just bought some more wool gear? And China's media in peace talks? Myanmar's junta said it reached a temporary ceasefire agreement with rebels after talks backed by China, potentially ending more than 2 months of fighting. So US and Britain are starting wars, and China here's de-escalating tensions. Man, hot topics. See what's happening. Who are the Houthis? That's a good question. Houthi rebels swept down from their northern stronghold in Yemen and seized the capital Sana'a in 2014, launching a grinding war. A Saudi-led coalition intervened in 2015 to try and restore Yemen's exiled internationally recognized government. So he was a puppet. He was a puppet installed by the West, probably. Blah de blah. There was a ceasefire. The ceasefire ended technically more than a year ago, but it's still largely being honoured. There's been some prisoner swaps. The Houthis have sporadically targeted ships in the region over time. Yeah, because I saw an article. Apparently, US have already conducted strikes against the Houthis back in 2016. So this isn't these attacks that have just happened today. These attacks aren't something new. The only problem with them happening now is you've got like the Israel thing happening. There's more stuff happening in Syria at the minute. The whole region is just more unstable than what it was back in 2016. But the US has already conducted operations against the Houthis in the past. These attacks aren't something new, but you know the timing of them's just not good. US officials have argued that the Houthis haven't technically targeted US military vessels or forces. A subtlety that Navy ship captains watching the incoming drones may question. Today, Operation Prosperity Guardian, that's the US-led coalition of ships that was put together to protect commerce through the Red Sea. This helped more than 1,500 commercial vessels safely transit the Red Sea. I mean, how would they know that it's a direct result of that? I mean, if the Houthis have really good information about which ships have some connection with Israel or have something on them which the Israelis can use, if their information is that good, 1,448 commercial ships probably wouldn't have been targeted. I think they're just giving themselves too much credit. Sounds like, anyways, to me. Oh, I'm sure you've got a lot more winter clothes than what I do. Yeah, for sure. It just sounded like you got like a new thing to test out, that's all. Yeah, I did get these merino wool base layers some time ago now. I got my first one. But I got some thicker ones about a year ago. And wow, I mean, they're incredible for like warm and cold weather. Absolutely love it. It's like one of the best. It's one of the best investments in like clothing that I've made in years. Because you can wear them under so much stuff, and you can use them like in any sort of activity that you're doing. They're really, really good. I mean, it costs quite a bit, but you really do get your money's worth. You have to wait. That's true. Like, if you get all this winter gear, you can't really test it until it gets like super cold, just to see how good it is, I guess. Let's start a poll. I keep forgetting that this stuff exists. Yes, 100%. Wait, why can't I start another one? Oh, because this one's active. Maybe. 2 votes, 100%. All right. So you can only have one poll active at a time. Uh, So, according to this, the US has been also doing airstrikes in Syria since October. Since October 17th. Targeting weapons depots and other facilities linked directly to Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. Because that's the thing, right? I'm pretty sure Iran backs Syria, doesn't it? So Iran has assets in Syria. And with that whole thing that was happening with Syria years ago, I mean, they can indirectly target Iran's assets, like military assets, by shooting them in Syria. So, I mean, but that obviously, because it's in a different country, like if the US was to blatantly just start launching rockets at Iran, you know, that would just be like total war. But if they shoot Iran assets in Syria, then probably in the US's mind, you know, it's legitimate. It's not going to escalate matters. Whereas if they were to obviously strike the country itself, then yeah, everything would kick off. Oh no. Shoot. I just clicked on the chat in this streaming software and I've lost the chat. Oh man, I'll try and get it back. Yeah, crap. Oh well. This is the other chat. Yeah, everything will increase. See what you did there with the CR. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to try and fix this. Oh, jeez. I totally messed this up. Like, yeah, I have to fix it. Yeah, it's like I said on a recent video. All of this stuff that's happening is down to resources. It's like resource wars, you know. And Like there's stuff that's happening in Venezuela at the minute. They're massive oil reserves, and then everybody's like suddenly interested in that region a lot more. Because if you go by some people's reports, we've hit like peak oil production. So we either need to find ways to extract oil a bit better or just find more deposits. And this big one in Venezuela, between Venezuela and Guyana, you know, everybody's just suddenly interested in that region and picking sides, and yeah, it's crazy. But it's all like down to resources. Fears of a wider war. I think we're definitely going to see a wider war. I mean, even if it just escalates beyond where we're at now, that in itself is a wider war. But you know what it is? Like, I just got a bad feeling. I got a bad feeling about this one. I mean, look at like, if you take the first Desert Storm, look at everything that happened after that. I mean, that was like, it's 30 years. 30 years of nothing but like conflict and just BS, basically. I mean, is this going to be the start of another 30 years of just ridiculous behavior? Crazy. Crazy. Oh, well, anyways, I've got to actually start doing my news video, which is coming out later tonight. So I've been starting to do news videos Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. So if you guys are interested, you know, you can catch them. And I'm doing some. I've got some ideas coming up for some future like actual prepping videos, but for now I'm really just focusing on the news videos, because obviously like there's a lot going on right now, and I think it's just really important just to keep up to date with everything that's going on, so we can make like good prepping decisions, and you know, just be as prepped as we can. Really, I mean, it's pretty crazy what's going on right now in the world. But anyways, I better get started on this video. I just thought I'd do like a live stream, just see who drops in, see what people think about what's happening with this craziness. I'll see you guys soon. It was good to see you, CR and Daryl. I'll catch you soon.